welcome back to my humble studio. So it's been on my mind, kind of reevaluating myself, thinking maybe I need to readjust how I'm portraying these videos. So I guess just to be completely honest, not very strong with video editing, trying to insert a picture in a picture, speed up videos, all that type of stuff. So you kind of start to hear these more experienced people and they start giving tips, and you know, they kind of tell you need to find your niche, and they get to talking about building a fan base and stuff like that. A lot of it's all good content advice, even though that might not even be why I'm watching their video, but they tend to hear the same coaching on that, I guess you would call it. And then it kind of you hear it so much, it kind of starts to mess with your head on how you want to go about making these videos. So for me, I just got to stay true to myself and do them. I mean, this is me. You're not going to see me coming on here. Hey guys, so boy, have I got a surprise for you today. That's just not me. I've got a real treat. Yeah, no, that's probably never going to be me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I enjoy watching that kind of stuff. That's just, I'm sure if you've seen a few of my videos, you can probably tell that's not really my personality. So when I say kind of readjust too, a couple things played into that. So I thought I had a good idea for a video, and I kind of already gotten into what I would have called a type of first impression video on one of these blades actually. And it turned out that wasn't a very good idea on that blade. So really no point doing that video. I mean, yeah, I could show it and show that it didn't work, but kind of long story short, I ended up playing around with it and getting a couple more blades and just trying to kind of figure out which one would be more suitable for this type of job. So this would probably be, if anything, a little bit of a comparison video more than a first impression on a certain blade. It's easier for me to just go ahead and cover all the ones I'm looking at right here and share what I saw. So basically, to start from the beginning, I used the oscillating blade yesterday on the joint compound. I'd never really tried that before. Kind of got the idea because I had used the Dyma brush, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. It's, you know, I was excited that maybe it would just bring off the joint compound and flakes. Instead, it was all getting into the plaster, I guess. To me, it almost looks like mortar, but I guess it would probably be plaster. And so it was digging in pretty quick and slinging off a crazy amount of dust, way too much dust that I want to be fighting and dealing with. So that's, to me, not a good idea to run that indoors on especially joint compound and any drywalling type stuff. That'd be the Dyma brush. Yeah, I was going to grab that and I forgot to, so I'll grab that real quick. I almost forgot that I could edit that, and wow, I came back pretty quick, didn't I? So when I'm talking about the Dyma brush, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to run it right now. I just got cleaned up after quite a few hours getting covered in dust. So just trust me, it'll throw off a massive amount of dust. But it's probably a great tool for, you know, scraping paint off of wood outdoors or something like that. But yeah, I won't be doing that inside again. So yeah, like I said, I just want to be the real me and not like a salesperson. If I was to be a salesperson, I would probably be pretty straight up and long term. Win people over with my honesty. So yeah. So what happened was I was really pleased with the oscillating tool, and actually at that time it would have been this blade right here, which is a Rockwell, kind of the half circle. I was pretty pleased with that. So, and trying to take it a step farther, I got kind of thinking how sometimes a blade or a new chain or whatever could make a world of difference. So I got thinking, well, if that worked and that one's beat up, as you can see, it's, and I used a little bit more, but the teeth are missing, and I got thinking, well, heck, they probably have some more options. So I jumped on the Lowe's app and looked at what they had, and came across the one that caught my attention was, well, I guess to go back, what I was looking for was something that would be a little more durable, hold up a little bit longer, not wear down so quick. So pretty quick I saw one advertised or described as carbide. So I've heard that to be strong. I even looked into it to make sure that I was right, and yeah, it's pretty strong. I saw some pressure tests people had done, and it held up under quite a bit of pressure before that carbide broke. They showed some cobalt material that was quite a bit stronger, but this still was, the carbide material was pretty strong. So I shot over to Lowe's and I bought it for $40, and I thought, wow, I'm really gonna make a dent today. So I came home, actually I picked it up yesterday evening, and then today I wanted to kind of go straight at it once I got myself situated this afternoon, and did a first impression video, kind of. That's pretty much, like I said, will be destroyed. I'll just delete that. And I was talking about buying this, talking about the different blades, how happy I was about using that versus scraping for probably days and weeks. I covered in a short amount of time what would take a very long time trying to scrape down the joint compound. So, so I was excited to do a video on this and talk about these other blades. And when I went out into the hallway to put this one to use, pretty quick I realized it was a bad idea. I'll insert that short clip into this video. It is heavy on the dust, and this is thicker. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty heavily gridded. It's a thicker blade. It's a more wavy style, not a straight blade. So I cut that off pretty quick, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll just run this one. So I did a little bit, and it just seems like it was pretty dull. Yeah, I could have tried to use a knife sharpener, and I'm like, well, I had so many options of these different attachments at Lowe's. I'll just take some time and find one, because obviously I knew I wanted one that would be a thinner blade, not this thick. And that's probably try to add a picture of what this also did. It not only it not only was kicking off a lot of dust, it was also carving into the plaster pretty quick. It was even started trying to be careful how I held it, and it was digging in. So that to me is just not a good idea. I think I've got something in mind for that down the road, so that won't be a waste of $40. And like I said, these videos, if somebody's lucky enough to catch it and see it, that's kind of, it's hard to go into all the reasons why I think these videos are a good idea. I do see a lot of value. It's something been on my heart quite a while to maybe be a good idea, so I'm going through with it for now. And multiple reasons, I can't just say one is a certain reason, and then you know, you think, well, he doesn't even care about me, he's doing it for himself, and that wouldn't be true at all. So multiple different reasons why I don't think these are a good idea. For one, like I said, if somebody was to happen to see this and, okay, say they saw my video on that and they had the same mind frame I did, and they wanted to grab this, well, then they just wasted $40 if they didn't have another use for it. And then the time that it would take, it's only a 15-minute trip for me to Lowe's, but some people may travel half hour, 45 minutes to get to a hardware store, grab one of these. So value in that, value in seeing which one works, sharing what I learned, and then myself, I can learn too. Also improving, like I said, people's skills. In another video, I can improve people's skills, and video editing, stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool to know how to do that type of stuff. So it's good practice, if anything. So getting back into these blades, definitely would rule that out for this situation. And that would be the DeWalt oscillating blade. No, I'm sorry, that's not the right one. That would. So this is the DeWalt oscillating grout blade, 3 inches and 5/8. It's advertised as carbide. So I'll set that out of the way because that's basically useless in this job. Maybe if I find something, I doubt it. So I'll be sticking with this type stuff. This is always good, one beat down. If I run into something, metal nail or something, I can go ahead and run that on it. Keep that around. Same with this. If I can find use for it, I will. But so I've got this on here. It's another circular thin, and this is a DeWalt. I have it on there because that's the one that I used the majority of the time when it came down to these two. So this one impressed me big time the first 10, 15, 20 seconds, but I don't know if I hit a weak spot of mud. It did start kind of bending a lot. I couldn't get a good angle. I made it work, used it, just kind of a practice, trial run, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, it was okay, but a lot of bending going on. Couldn't seem to get it lined up where it would grab and dig in like I wanted it to. So, this was the DeWalt, just called oscillating blade, 4-inch cutting edge, bimetal, and it says it's for wood, metal, drywall. It did wear it down a little bit. there's slight little bit of teeth left here, not in one small spot. No teeth, but a lot of the rest are, and I was coming in with these side angles, working it. A lot of times the angle I found that worked best for me was just kind of line it up in the corner and just kind of work it up at the, I don't know if you can see up there how the camera angle is, but I would kind of just dig in and work it out. Hopefully you can see that. So I'd say if you wanted to save money a little bit more on a budget, what I hate to give you a wrong number. I think this one was around 20. And so that one was, I think that one was around 15. I don't remember. So this bigger one was the Dead of Benno Rockwell. I didn't see a DeWalt one this wide, so I went with that. So, I mean, it would be okay to have that around maybe certain tight spot you can't get into with the rounded off edge. But, so I guess if you was going in fresh, I wouldn't, and you had the money to do it, I would probably go ahead and jump on one of both of those. But for sure, if you only wanted one, I would get that. And then just to go over the scrapers real quick, value in them. So I'll use this little one, hard to reach spots, obviously. Just a little flat straight, looks like about an inch. And then my 5-in-1, that's pretty valuable on multiple things. So that's for me, even though I use this and carved up in there, I'll still come back through and work out the corners, get anything loose out that I possibly can before I start. You know, I'll work it quite a bit of effort. I'll be digging in at it pretty hard. Digging in with that, and sometimes I'll switch over to this little one for whatever reason too. Nice to have a little backup little one. So, and then I always use my knife sharpener to keep them good and sharp. But so thinking once I had it cleaned up the way I wanted with this, then I'll come back at it and find any loose spots. I wish I knew the size of this blade. I'd say maybe a 4-inch blade. This is actually extremely valuable in scraping phase that I'm in right now. You might not have use for something like that, but if you're caught up in this type of scraping, I highly recommend to get that blade right there. And it's nice because it's got the 2 bolts, and you can switch the blade around instead of having to stop and switch a blade out or stop and sharpen it. You can switch them around and continue on. And then you can buy that replacement blade. I don't think I've ever had to replace the blade yet. If I did, maybe it was one time quite a while ago. I mean, I can tell just by looking at this that it's discolored on the back. So been sitting quite a while. I haven't had to break that out yet. It's always nice to prolong the life of a tool and continue to use it and keep it sharp and reliable for you. So I think that's it on this comparison. It's still deep good amount of dust in the end, not real heavy. Not real heavy like running orbital sand, or certainly that Dymo brush, but yeah, it's to me really valuable. I would say I went at it. I'll put the clips in and speed them up. What I tackled with this today, I'd say one was like a 35-minute run, and then I followed that with another 55-minute run. And I don't know if you can tell with it sped up the way I'm going to speed it up, but it was definitely wearing down my shoulders towards the end. I would drop my arms a lot and go back at it. And, so something to keep in mind. It's not the, oh wow, I can plow through it and make it look easy type thing. Because it'll still take a decent amount of effort. I pushed on. Towards the end, it was kind of getting me, but I pushed through it and got cleaned up what I wanted to for the day. I'm funny when I say cleaned up. It's, you know, it's really making it look worse in the moment, but I cleaned out the scraping and carving with it that I wanted to, so that was a good thing. I'll switch this video into me doing a little quick walkthrough in the hallway, and I'll show what it's looking like at this point. So yeah, I'll go ahead and switch over now. Okay, so I'm out in the stairwell. Grabbed my LED light. I'm hoping the lighting doesn't act up and start flashing on me again. Camera doesn't seem to mix well with the light off of this DeWalt LED lamp I've got. So I'm gonna try to do the best I can and just show what I've done now with that oscillating tool. Some of this was scraped out, but it's pretty obvious in the sped up inserts I put in my video, what I used it on. So I'm just going to show kind of what's left at this point. So as you see, it did leave it crumble and dust. To me, I mean, it's going to take some cleaning up, but I've seen a heck of a lot worse, and I know downstairs the difference and what's traveled around is not real super heavy, but it is traveling through the house. I don't want to mislead anybody on that, so I'm not going to go in all the steps I still have coming. I'm going to do videos on all that, so I'm just showing right now what that oscillating tool did with that circular blade on it. I'll just call it that for now. I forget the actual name of it, but and I'll just throw it in there. So I know that's there. I would suggest if you've got other people living with you or kids especially, probably don't do that. That would be a trip hazard, especially on the steps. That'd be a horrible place for somebody to wrap their ankle up in it and go tumbling down the steps. So always beware of your safety. I worked on it quite a bit, do this video and probably call it a night. So I'll come right back up at it in the morning and pick up where I left off. I may need that oscillating tool, just slight little stuff, touch up. So what I'll end up doing, I'll just mention that real quick because I'll get that bigger 4-inch scraper and I'll just start kind of looking anywhere, anything loose. But right now I'm just wanting to show what I did with that oscillating tool. It's like in the video I'm mentioning, you know, help people kind of improve my skills. Also, just a lot of different stuff. So I can learn from it. I can take a look and ponder and think, see how stuff looks. And then, you know, 5 or 10 years down the road, be pretty cool to have it documented, all the stages. You know, I take pride in my work and it's a pretty cool one. something's changed for the better, and you know you had a hand in it, and especially when, like I said, take pride in your work. I will show real quick something I ran into. So that's obviously big old chunks came out. Didn't even take much effort. They plopped right out there. So that lets me know it was super loose. No adhesion. Basically holding itself together up there with no adhesion to the wall. So I'll have to make sure to dig in and scrape out as much as I possibly can, whatever's loose up in there. I've had that happen before and it turned into a 4 or 5 foot section. So I'll back up and give you a quick view of how the hallway looks after running that tool. And like I said, there is some more scraping involved. It's not just well, you're in the oscillating tool, now you're done with it, you just got out of the scraping. No, there's going to be some inspecting and fine tuning with the scraper. And then you can see right there, all that loose stuff. That's, get a better angle with the light. And so that's all broke up and loose. I'll end up carving all that out of there and knocking it out. Well, it's loose. It all needs to come out. So the 5-in-1 pointed side will help me out there. Bang out as much as I can. I think my partner John will be over tomorrow to help me some too. So we'll probably be doing a good amount of scraping tomorrow. And then after the scraping is finally complete, I'll probably most likely, it'll cause a mess, but I think it needs to be done. Run the air gun around everything, blow it out as much as I can, and then after that, come through with the shop vac and also suck out as much as I can, and then we'll go about the next steps from there. But so, yeah, you get the idea. So thanks for watching.